Hi guys, it's Hani here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you step by step how to make these beautiful confetti cake slice cookies. This video is sponsored by Wilton, and you can find all the recipes and tools that I used on my blog. Link is in the description box under the video. And now let's get started with today's cookie decorating tutorial. First, let me show you how I prepare my royal icing. I'm going to use Wilton meringue powder, and all we have to do is add water, powdered sugar, and extracts. Before we get started, be sure to clean your bowl and utensils spotless, remove any grease residue, and then we can pour in the ingredients. I'm gonna start by pouring in some water with freshly squeezed and strained lemon juice. I also like to use lemon juice in my royal icing. I like the flavor. If you don't like lemon juice, just use water instead. Then we can add meringue powder. I'm going to beat this on low speed until everything is combined and it will be foamy. And then we can add powdered sugar. If your powdered sugar appears lumpy, be sure to sift it before adding it to the bowl. Now I'm going to beat it until everything is combined, and then we can add our extracts. I like to add vanilla extract, and I'm also going to add some almond extract. Both of these are alcohol based. You want to make sure that you use either alcohol or water based extracts. Stay clear from oil-based extracts because these can interfere with how your royal icing dries. I'm going to beat this for about 3 to 5 minutes until it's thick, and then we can use it to decorate cookies, or you can store it and put it away until you are ready to decorate. To store royal icing, I like to store it in an airtight container, covered with a plastic wrap and closed with a lid. You can store royal icing at room temperature for at least 2 to 3 weeks. However, I like to store it in a fridge because it doesn't separate as much. And now onto the cookies. Now we're gonna use confetti cookies. So to make confetti cookies, simply add rainbow sprinkles to your cookie dough and then roll it out. And I'm going to cut about 6-inch rounds and cut these into wedges. Then we're just gonna bake these off, and while they cool, we can prepare our royal icing. We can color it and thin it down to different consistencies. To color royal icing, I'm using Wilton Color Right concentrated food colors, and I'm going to make my own teal. It's super easy. All you have to do is color your royal icing with blue, and then you are going to add just a touch of yellow to make a really nice teal. So I'm going to start with white royal icing, add it to a bowl, and then add a drop of blue food coloring. Mix well, and then we can add just a tiny bit of yellow, and you'll see how it's going to change immediately. Now this is a bit too dark, so I'm going to add more white icing to make it a bit lighter. And then once you're happy with the color of your royal icing, we can start adding room temperature water to thin it down. Today I'm going to use dipping method, and I'm going to thin it down to about 10-second consistency. So what this means, basically, when you run a spatula through the icing, the line that the spatula creates is going to disappear within those 10 seconds. This technique, the dipping technique, is notoriously known for air bubbles. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cover my bowl with a damp paper towel and let this rest for about 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, you'll see all those bubbles at the top. So we're gonna pop those, and then additionally you can also bang the bowl onto the counter, and this will also make the bubbles rise to the surface, so you can pop them with a toothpick. And then we can start dipping our cookies. to dip the cookie, hold it by its sides, and then dip it in. These are rather small, so these are not that difficult to dip. If you're working with a larger cookie, it's a bit more trickier and you have to hold it while you're trying to coat it. These are kind of small, so I just placed them on the top and they coated really nicely. Then put it on a flat surface and shake it a little bit to smooth the icing. And if you see any air bubbles, just pop them with a toothpick. And I decided to do different colors. I didn't want to have just one color. I thought that was too boring. So I did yellow and also pink. And if you'd like, you can add some yellow nonpareils on the pink royal icing. And then we have to let these dry. So while those are drying, we can prepare our swirl roses. So I'm gonna color some white icing with pink, and I'm gonna keep it stiff like this. And then fill my piping bag fitted with a Wilton Star Piping Tip number 16. And we're going to pipe swirl roses onto the parchment. First though, I'm going to secure my parchment onto the baking sheet with some magnets so it doesn't shift while I'm trying to pipe the roses. These can be made ahead of time and store these away from a direct sunlight and moisture. And you can learn more about royal icing transfers on my blog, hanielas.com. Link is in the description box under the video. And now we're going to add the leaves. To make the green leaf royal icing, I just combined blue and I added a little bit of yellow to make a really nice green. You want to make it medium stiff. You don't want to make it too stiff because then it's going to be really hard to pipe these tiny little leaves. And then press the rosette onto the leaves. Let these dry again, and there you go. You're ready to use these to decorate. I'm going to decorate each cake slice with a border. So here I'm using a leaf tip, and then we're going to stack the cookies to make a cake slice. So I'm adding some icing just on the edge using a zigzag motion, and then press it gently onto the icing, and then on the top I'm going to glue that pretty swirl rose. Second cake, it's super easy. Border is just a zigzag line using a star tip number 16, and then we're going to glue it onto the bottom cookie. And again with number 16, I'm adding some white stars on the top. And this last design, it's already decorated with sprinkles, so I'm just going to add a rope border on the edge. And again, I'm using a star tip. You want to use icing that is thick enough so it's going to hold its shape. You don't want to use icing that is too thin. You know what, and I was just thinking you could even add some sprinkles in the middle here, and these would be like little piñatas. And then to package these, you can use this cute little bakery box. You can build 4 little boxes and put them inside of a bigger box and place individual cookies in there. Look how cute. This makes for a really nice gift. And they look really beautiful on a cake stand too, and they are delicious to eat. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I think these turned out super adorable. You can find all the recipes and tools that I used on my blog, hanielas.com. Link is in the description box under the video. For those of you who are new to my YouTube channel, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next time.